then this image that was now 20 years old about this woman crossing a dirt road with her fingernails, well, gee, what does she need? Mm-hmm. She needed a chair with wheels on it. And the name of the wheelchair has the ingredients. And so I went.
That's true. A wheel and a chair. Okay.
Can't be that hard, So I went to, I went to Toys R Us and I saw bicycles for sale from China for $60. And I knew enough about engineering and manufacturing to figure that those wheels probably cost $3 each to make in China. And they're made by the millions and the millions because bicycles are so popular even now. And then next to Toys R Us is Home Depot, and they had white resin lawn chairs on sale. The end of it was fall, and they, and so I got a whole lot of those for $4. So I had $4. I figured I had $10, 2 wheels and a chair. So get a couple casters, get some steel, connect them, and okay. And now I had a prototype, and I knew the value of a prototype. If as an engineer, if you don't have something that people can get their hands on, it's really hard to convince them of anything. So I took this prototype to my church, Mariners Church in Southern California. I had a meeting with the mission pastor, the mission director, and he was kind of late for the meeting. He was tired. He had just got back from a mission trip to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And I pushed a wheelchair out and showed it to him. He said, Don, I can't believe this, what you're showing me now, because just 2 days ago, I saw people crawling on the ground in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah.
And I see, and this is so simple. It's so basic. It's almost a primitive version of a wheelchair, but and yet it'll serve the purpose. So let's go to the next step. And so he could have completely killed the idea right there. But he didn't. He expanded on it, and so I went and made 100 of them, and wanted to do a clinical trial because that's what I did for a living, getting things through the FDA.
Sure.
And then I had a chance not to bring 100 of them to India, but just 4, and I literally saw a family's life. This very first wheelchair, this incredible story, and here I am trying to get data. And I'm overwhelmed by the compassion of what was happening. Literally changed this family's life. I saw these families' life change from the moment they put their son in a wheelchair. And they could both work now. They did. One of them had to stay home. They were living in a situation where it was a break even for them. They were just making enough money to put a roof over their head. Very poor, and so this is all happening in a suburb of India. On a Sunday afternoon, we drive through their village. We give them the wheelchair. The crowd gathers around, and under the circumstances, the man who was our guide didn't ask for permission from the elder to enter the village, and the elder came in the middle of this now 30 or 40 people watching what was going on, and he was embarrassed. So, and he was mad. And so our guide, whose name was Moses, said, Don, we have to leave right now. I did a really bad thing, a discourteous thing to the elder, and he doesn't look very happy. And I agreed. He didn't look happy either. But I said, okay, Moses, that was my guide's name. I said, I did my job. It's your turn. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, I brought the wheelchair. I opened the doors for you. I noticed you've got a Bible in your pocket. Tell them why we're here. And he opened the Bible and read to them in this Hindu village. And they all listened to him because they thought they're getting an explanation from the words of Jesus why he was getting this wheelchair. This young boy was getting this wheelchair. And as we tried to leave as quickly as we can, not to refer to upset the elder, we got in a bus, started to try to drive down the road. The bus driver was in a hurry to get home. The villagers ran after us.
Oh no.
wanting to stop the bus, pounding on the side of the bus. And finally they got in front of the bus, put their hands on the windshield, and the driver was going to have to run over them
Oh no.
if he didn't stop the bus. And we're all thinking, this was in 2001. We're all thinking we're going to be kidnapped now. We're going to be held.
Right.
Turn
those are
around.
dicey situations.
Yes, it could be. I mean, our imaginations are pretty, creative too. But we turn around and here comes the mom carrying 2 glasses of water. And she felt she at that point when we left, we were leaving without the wheelchair. She understood, even though we told her, she really understood that she gets to keep the wheelchair. And she felt she had to give it something because she realized what it had done for her life and the life of her family. She was, that was the only thing she could afford to give was water.